This is my horse, Camilla, and she will be demonstrating to you two different types of stretches. We're going to be doing lateral stretches and then rounding bowing stretches. The lateral stretches can be done to three different levels. The first level, we can have Camilla stretch to her girth. The second level, as she gets more flexible, we can have her stretch towards her flank. And then when she's really good, we can have her stretch all the way down towards her hock. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a stretch to the girth area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Camilla stretch around my body, trying to make a nice rounded stretch to this area of the girth. And I'm going to try to get her to hold it for as long as I can. Ideally, I'd like her to hold it for about 10 seconds, but that takes practice. After we've mastered to the girth, we can make her stretch a little bit further. Now I'm going to ask her to stretch around my body all the way to her flank in this next one. All right, Camilla. Good girl. Good girl. And again, I'm going to try to hold that for about 10 seconds. So for this one, I'm going to take off the lead rope because it's safer for the horse and the handler. So for our last lateral stretch, we're going to have Camilla stretch all the way down to her hock. And this one requires the horse to have a lot of flexibility. So Camilla's going to do her very best to demonstrate that for you. And what you're going to do as the handler is you're going to stand next to the horse, and this time you're going to ask them to stretch all the way down towards that hock. Come here, Camilla. Good girl. Good girl. So there's a second technique that you can use if you have a horse that gets a little bit too excited about treats. Instead of having them flex around your body, you can actually stand next to them and encourage them to stretch to those same three spots that we just demonstrated, but with you to the side. So you can ask them to stretch to their girth. Good job. All right, Camillus. You can also ask them to stretch to their flank in that same sideways technique. The next type of stretch are rounding stretches. And rounding stretches can also go to three different levels. We can ask Camilla to stretch down to her knees or her carpus. We can ask her to take her head all the way between her knees or her carpus, and then we can ask her to stretch down towards her fetlock joint and then past that as well. Ready? So the first stretch is down towards her carpus. Now Camilla's pretty good, so she's trying to move on to level 2 already on us. The second part is I'm going to do the same stretch, but I'm going to ask Camilla to stretch between her knees. All right, Camilla. Good girl. Good girl. And then the third level is I can ask Camilla to stretch a little bit lower. So we're going to go now between her fetlocks. Come here. Good job, Camilla. The last type of stretch we can do is a neck extension stretch. So what we're going to do for that one is we're going to have Camilla stand as still as she can, and we're going to ask her to stretch up towards this carrot. Good job, Camillus. Thank you for joining us at the University of Tennessee's Equine Performance Rehab Center for carrot stretches.